Continuing, let's now take a short detour from our regular leisure viewing. This week we take you on a long and leisurely trip to a historic and cultural destination that is only about an hour and a half drive from Metro Manila. We will take you to San Pablo, Laguna, on board the new Montero Sport, a handsome and sleek car that is both a joy to ride and a sight to behold on the highway on our way to San Pablo. On board our brand new silver-colored Montero Sport, off we go on this short trip to San Pablo, a first-class city in the southern portion of the province of Laguna. It is actually one of the oldest cities in the Philippines, and we look forward to the preserved heritage and tourist destinations in this city. Comfortable in our Montero Sport, the short trip was a breeze. The well-appointed interiors, the spacious baggage area for a weekend stay, and the excellent sound system, the cool comfort of its efficient air conditioning system. All this we enjoyed as we approached the province. San Pablo City has a population of nearly about 300,000 people, ranking 5th in the province of Laguna. It is actually more popularly known as the City of Seven Lakes, or in Tagalog, Lungsod ng Pitong Lawa. These are Lake Sampaloc, Lake Palakpakin, Lake Bunot, Lakes Pandin and Yambo, Lake Mujica, and Lake Calibato. We are now on the way to the biggest of these 7 lakes, Lake Sampaloc. San Pablo, Laguna is home to their famed 7 lakes. We are here now at the largest of these 7 lakes, located behind the San Pablo City Hall. This is Lake Sampaloc. Like many other landmarks in the country, it is so called because of an interesting legend, which I can share with you later. What we from the Metro may not know is that Lake Sampaloc is an inactive volcano. This big replica or statue of the tilapia tells us that Lake Sampaloc is full of this fish. We talked to 2 residents of San Pablo, Omar and Baguio, 2 employees of the local government who told us more about the lake. Maraming nahuhuling sa rin.
Apo, maraming mingwit, meron silang alaga mga ispan.
Usually anong sidang?
Tilapia.
Tilapia. Kaya pala merong malaking estado ng tilapia dito. The lake is vast, a natural lake that is home to tilapia and other freshwater fishes like dalag. One of the city's respected residents brought in seedlings to the lake, and over the years, tilapia has thrived well here, free for the locals of San Pablo. The 7 lakes are not too far from each other, but others are not accessible by car like Lake Sampaloc. There are small nipa huts where, according to Omar and Baguio, they store the fish feeds for the tilapia. This father and son tandem are leisurely fishing at the edge of the lake with an old-fashioned bingwit. In no time, they will be bringing home a bag of fresh, live tilapia for tonight's dinner with the family. This is a common sight here in San Pablo, proof that the lake is a giver of life to the residents here, and this citified province has not discarded its charming old ways. Around the lake is a well-paved circumferential joggers lane inaugurated in 2003. It has a circumference of 3.7 kilometers, and those who choose to walk leisurely here can cover it in about 42 minutes. The faster joggers can cover the area within 22. San Pablo has remained very green, with an abundance of coconut trees and fruit trees like lanzones and rambutan and mango, all of them seasonal. Here we can see men categorizing and boxing the mangoes which were in season. All of these mangoes, we learned, came from just one tree, this one. With so much already picked by hand by the two men, this tree still has a lot to yield. These trees are owned by the city government, and come harvest time, entrepreneurs bid for the right to harvest per tree to sell. We bought a box of medium-sized mangoes for 300 pesos before setting out to see more of San Pablo. Being one of the oldest cities in the Philippines, San Pablo dates back to pre-Spanish times. It was named a municipality in 1647 and was named San Pablo de los Montes in honor of Saint Paul, the first hermit. This is the famous San Pablo Cathedral, named after the saint. A trip to San Pablo, Laguna may not be complete without dropping in on the San Pablo Cathedral. This is actually the cathedral parish of Saint Paul, the first hermit belonging to the see of the bishop of the Roman Catholic Diocese of San Pablo. The Spaniards built the original church in the 16th century. Inside, the church is not too big, but its long aisle to the altar is imposing. So too are the lofty domed ceiling. The church is bright and airy, and families come here at all times to pray. Soon it was time to check out another destination. We are on our way to Liliw, a unique town known as the footwear capital of Laguna. Since we are already in San Pablo, we thought it's worth our time to visit a nearby town that is barely 30 minutes away. It's a short ride, and with a comfortable car like the Montero Sport, the trip was a breeze. And here we are in Liliw, the footwear capital of Laguna. There are about 70 to 80 stores in this long stretch selling shoes and slippers along Gat Street. And right now, we're just checking one of them. This is Edna's Footwear, one of over 100 stores along Gat Street, which is lined with small stores and enterprises. This store, not too large in area, is filled to the rafters. Hundreds of all kinds of shoes and slippers made by hand at its factory, which is located on the second floor of the store. We met Miss Edna Aragon, the store's proprietor.
Nagsimula po ang aming business noong taong 1996. At kung tawagin po namin ito yung family business kasi kami po ay pamilya na nagtutulong-tulong sa aming hanap buhay.
Edna imports her soles, but her other materials are bought from Binyan, Divisoria, Marikina, and Baclaran.
Kami po ay manufacturer, wholesaler at retailer. Ngayon po, ang mga ahente namin ay kusang pumupunta dito sa bayan ng Liliw. Sa unang sila ay nagkakanvas muna, tapos pagka through Facebook or email, nagkakaroon kami ng orderan. Mabilis kami makipag-communicate sa customer. Pag Siyempre, depende ang presyo namin sa wholesale kaysa sa retail. Ang aming customer ay nagmumula sa Davao, Cebu, Manila, at saka ibang market dito sa Pilipinas. Supportive po ang aming mayor, mga DTI, mga DOLE, at kami ho ay isa sa member ng DTI. Kami po pinapaano nila sa mga caravan, sa mga Sumasali po kami.
True to its moniker as the shoe capital of Laguna, shoemaking is the town's main enterprise. Witnessing the craftsmanship of these locals is like taking a step back in history. The slippers and shoes are made of high quality and sold at very affordable prices. Here in Liliw, they hold a Gat Tayo festival every year during the month of April, where they have large and colorful floats that are a sight to behold. Perhaps we can catch it the next time around. We are making the most of this trip, so we are off to our next destination. The original one actually before we decided on this spur-of-the-moment trip to Liliw, which we definitely did not regret. It was well worth the side trip, but now it's time to check out our home away from home in San Pablo, Laguna. The side roads are still narrow like most provincial roads. Tricycles vie for their own space in streets along with jeepneys and private cars. After about 30 minutes, we were in the gates of our San Pablo home, the Sito DeAmor Farm Resort, which is tucked away in the luxurious greenery of the Laguna, Quezon countryside. It is indeed a gem of a discovery, this wonderful farm resort that is totally relaxing and exhilarating at the same time. We're here now at Sito DeAmor Farm Resort, which is going to be our temporary home for this short trip to San Pablo. This promises to be a different experience altogether. Not your usual city-type hotel stay, but we are told that it is the type of comfortable, serene lodging that offers the typical San Pablo hospitality. Join me later as we explore what Sito DeAmor has to offer. It is a bit late in the day, and tomorrow is when we plan to explore the farm resort. For now, it is time to rest our tired bodies on this inviting bed that boasts of crisp, fresh linens after a quick shower in this well-appointed bathroom. The rooms may have the restful ambience of an old but elegant farmhouse, but the bathrooms are modern with excellent fixtures. The mixture of old and new is exciting, but our tummies were clamoring for our overdue dinner treat. All meals served here at Sito DeAmor are home-cooked, which means they are never harried and paired well. That evening's roast chicken was tender and flavorful, the clam soup was hot and tasty, and the tangigi steak was excellent, hungry or not. It was a delightful cap to our long day before turning in for a much-deserved rest. Life in a farm resort starts early, but we chose to wake up long after the sun was up and the farm was wide awake. Sito DeAmor was named after the lady of the house, gracious and elegant. This is a multi-hectare farm designed to offer the typical San Pablo hospitality, nestled in the lush foliage of the mountains surrounding it. This is still a work in progress, the friendly folks running it tell us, because this was meant more of a hobby or passion than a business enterprise. Hence, there are selected fruit trees, those typical of San Pablo, and some fast-disappearing fruits of yore like mabolo. They have hardwoods, rich strawberries, ornate vines, and thriving bromeliads for the guests to enjoy. There are fruit trees with long-lying fruits like the suha tree, and their santol trees were so heavy with fruit that the ground under the tree was full of them. It was the season for rambutan, but these were still green, pretty and delicate on the branches. Big guavas were ripening on the branches as farm animals, like this horse, graze freely on the well-tended grass. Just look at this banana tree, also heavy with fruit, and the numerous coconut trees scattered all over the farm. Breakfast at the open-sided dining room was another pleasant experience we were looking forward to. The restaurant has old wooden furniture with a canopy of white swatches of gauze billowing in the morning breeze. It is like a genteel old Asian house with a chandelier and old tiles for flooring. There is much to be explored here at Sito DeAmor. It prides itself with preserving our rich heritage, as old houses are meticulously reconstructed around the vast property. Even the old mesitas and lamps, this gallinera, old jars and antique dressing table were transported here. The bed covered with crocheted bedspread, giving us a rare experience of how genteel Filipinos lived before us. This jacuzzi was certainly inviting, a modern amenity in the midst of a gentle, elegant home. These houses, along with smaller villas, are available to guests who check in at Sito DeAmor. In this house, an old star apple tree was not cut, so it grows out through the roof. There is a stream of cold water that is also a joy to behold, like this one. Our home for the night is really a duplex, each one with its own terrace. The bathroom is really a work of art, modern in its amenities, yet quaint and relaxing. The furniture is made of hardwood, like in many provincial large houses, but overall, the villa is gracious and comfortable. There are pools to swim in, which should delight families who choose to stay here. It is surrounded by a rich foliage as well, flowing plants and shrubs, and tall palm trees. The whole farm is landscaped to perfection. Going down to the lower portion of the property is a large pond nestled amidst large old ferns and flowering plants. They have a good water system here, where the supply of abundant clean water is controlled. Walking around the property is both exhilarating and relaxing, and soon it was time for lunch. We had fish, crisp and warm from the nearby kitchen. The broth of our sinigang was rich from hours of simmering, and fresh fruit juices and slices completed another wonderful home-cooked meal from Sito DeAmor. Nothing lasts forever, so they say, and too soon we had to pack our bags and head back to the metropolis. Another leisure trip coming to an end. So soon, I'm afraid. We are about to board our Montero Sport for that trip back to the Metro Jungle. We had a good sightseeing trip of San Pablo and Liliw, and we certainly had a good rest and an excellent stay here at Sito DeAmor. As their tagline says, it's beyond the usual experience, a commune with nature, and a link to our cultural past. Yes, another wonderful leisure trip has come to an end too soon. Sito DeAmor was indeed beyond the usual experience, and our leisure vehicle, the Montero Sport, was quite a joy to ride in.